Now, there's a good chance you've heard of a little game called Mario 85. If you haven't, I covered it in my Mario Fangames video a while back, so you can check it out there. The basic rundown is that it's a Mario horror game, but it's not an EXE game. It's something different. Dare I say, better. The creepy Mario design is a true example of this. It's not just a Mario with bloody eyes, he's special. He's got a darker color palette, a creepy smile, and of course, who could forget, he's absolutely jacked. He's the peak of male physique. Now, this game was, and still is, very popular, and when something gets popular, just like with Sonic.exe, people will make their own versions of it. This was originally going to be a video about a couple of different projects, but there was one in particular that I felt stood out. It goes by the name of Fallen Kingdom, which alone is just such a cool name. It was published to Game Jolt by one Marco Antonio, with an absolutely dapper profile pic of Freddy Fazbear. Also credited in the description were Sandy, who did the composing, and a piss bottler helping with the Russian translations. More on that in a sec. Honestly, when you're given the choice for pretty much any username and you choose piss bottler, like, that's kind of bold, respectable even. Also in the description comes this short introduction, which I'll read for you right now. Hey, Lucas here. I was looking through old ROM hacking websites trying to find a Mario hack I played when I was a kid, but instead I found this EXE within a folder called Fallen Kingdom. No idea what it is, but I played it for like 5 minutes, and it just seems to be a Russian PC port of Super Mario Bros. 1. I couldn't find any more documentation about this game or whoever made it, so I'm re-uploading it here in case anyone's curious. It's kind of freaky, I'm not gonna lie. It has a strange aura to me, and I'm not that eager to play it fully. Just gotta say, this description aged like milk. With the use of aura and freaky, all I can think about are stupid brain rot memes. I don't like launching random executables from off the internet, but hey, anything for views, am I right? Just like the description said, this game is in Russian, and therefore I cannot read it. However, I know the word enter when I see it. Also, I just really like Mario's design here. It's fairly normal, however, it's also inexplicably off-putting and creepy. I think it's the weirdly shaped face with the elongated eyes. Oh yeah, and that obvious evil mustache. Meet the Robinsons has told me to never trust anyone with a mustache like that. Anyway, we hit enter, and we're in old 1-1 as Luigi, but our lives are glitched out. Honestly, I like the use of Super Mario All-Stars graphics, since I've always associated these with horror, because this is how I was subjected to the lost levels. That game was tough! Also, just like in the original Mario 85, there's this awesome CRT shader that looks kind of realistic, actually. As we go through the level, we suddenly are frozen in place with the console error sound, and the creepy Mario slowly fades in on screen. Honestly, I'll say it again, the design is great. It's totally normal, but still creepy. Like, in any other context, it'd just be a weird Mario, but here, he's actually kind of unnerving, especially due to the shadow cast over his forehead. Eventually, Mario says something in Russian, so I used Google Translate, and it apparently says, "Find me," which is pretty creepy. Reminds me of the old Mario creepypasta, you know, the one with this image? I swear one of the notepads said, "Find me" or something. Maybe I'm tripping, I'll have to fact check that in editing. Later on, in a real blink and you'll miss it moment, you'll get jump scared by this horrifying Mario, after which you can spot some text in the corner saying, "Set me free." Shortly after that, we also run into a Mario going down a pipe. Also, just like in the original game, as we go through the level, it starts getting darker and darker, and the music slowly distorts. All of these things together make for a really scary atmosphere. It leaves you kind of on the edge of your seat. At the end, it's pretty much completely descended into night. The camera pans over to the now destroyed castle, and Toad walks out, quickly followed by Mario, who starts speaking in Russian again. So here's what Google Translate gave me. "Hello, champion. Thank you for finding me. I was starting to worry. Oh, you are so brave to come all this way to see me. But unfortunately for you..." The camera pans back before Mario kicks the Toad to the wall in a bloody mess. And then... we're told to run as he starts to chase us. He's now absolutely massive, and his colors are now much more desaturated. There's Russian text boxes flying across your screen, and one thing you may notice from this recording was that it was lagging insanely bad for me. I do not know why. I was playing this on my Steam Deck, and for reference, it ran Red Dead 2 better than this. So for the remainder of this video, I'll be using footage from Fluke611, so thanks my guy, I'll leave the video in the description. The background is now horrifying. There's smoke flowing about, there's these creepy faces, and dude, the scary hills are actually just sick, man. I want to see this in an official Mario game in the Ghost House level, that'd be awesome. Speaking of awesome, Mario's animations are super fluid and great. You can tell that the developer put a lot of effort into these sprites. Just like in the chase scene from the original, Mario eventually falls down into a pit, but just when you think you're safe, he pops back out with a guttural. Also comparing this to the original, I also think the chase scene is much better balanced. He's fast, but not nearly as fast as the original, and instead of just breaking and running through every block, he actually gets caught on them, which is some nice balance. When you eventually escape, Mario fades in on screen, before transforming into something completely different. He has no color, and he now has what I can only describe as a much more realistic face. There's this crunchy music in the background, and he starts talking to us, which, you know what, I'll just let play out. If you were paying enough attention, Mario actually drops the player's name at the end. Given his dialogue, it seems as though Mario was trapped within the game, and we let him free. It's hard to tell if he actually has some sort of malevolent intentions, or if he truly was some sort of innocent entity trapped in the game that needed freeing. But if you ask me, I personally think it's supposed to be the former rather than the latter. I think it's some sort of evil AI or spirit or something, and the implication is that you have now set it free to wreak havoc inside of your PC, and he's now taunting you for it. Overall, I really liked this game. It captures that, hold on, did I just install malware to my PC? Vibe really, really well. The fourth wall breaks with the text boxes were also a really nice touch. The Mario design is also really cool to me. It's scary without being outright terrifying. I think some games could actually learn something from this design. Sometimes less is more. You don't need to be all bloody, gory, sharp teeth, whatever. Sometimes just taking something familiar and making a few changes can do so much more. I don't know, I just really like this game. There's something about it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the video. If it can get 25 likes, I'll make a video talking about another Mario horror adjacent thing that I enjoy. So, press the like button, please. Anyways, I've been Low Poly Levi, you've been a great viewer, and I'm